Hello there. Now that we're in a recession, and I feel like I am a great source of knowledge here because I became an adult in the last recession, I thought I would share some things that I think would be popular in this recession. Mostly because human beings are predictable and we always do the same shit anyway. So first things first, this is going to be in two parts because I've previously recorded this and I couldn't figure out how to split the video. So we're back here again. If I look a little creepy, sorry, too bad. The first thing that's going to become popular, water. It's cheap. I don't think I need to explain anything further after that. Workers' compensation claims or slip and fall claims. Those are going to become popular as well. Please note, I'm a subject matter expert here because I was a paralegal. I was a paralegal for these types of claims, workers' comp claims. And if you are going to pull off that type of scam, if you are going to say your back hurts, your neck hurts, your arm hurts, please make it look like it hurts. Do not be at the club with that said body part looking like it's completely fine because the investigators are filming you. Next thing up, cults and spiritually led groups. Those are going to be on the rise. I don't think I need to explain why, but I will. People, when they lose money, they get a little crazy in their head and then they feel lost, and then they find groups of people who just speak to them and see them for who they are. And they're going to end up accidentally joining cults. That leads me to community. On the positive end of that, people usually lean into community, and if people at least try to be good, they usually make good things happen together. So there's that positive side of it. DIY and bespoke, that's going to be on the rise, mostly because people aren't going to have the income to just go out to Home Goods and Marshalls and buy stuff just for the sake of buying stuff. So people are going to try to do a lot of things at home with their own resources, or they're going to do what's next on the list, which is reselling. I know that Facebook Marketplace is a big thing. I like Facebook Marketplace because now that I have a child, I realize buying something nice, new, and expensive, especially a child with medical needs, is just not a thing for me. If you could see my couch and ottoman that I spent some nice little money for after having a kid, you would understand. Bartering right after reselling. Sometimes, you can't buy something for the low. Sometimes you need to sell tires to get a basket of fruit. I'm not going to judge. Do what you got to do to get what you need. Next up on the list, sustainability. Now, sustainability did have a big backing from different government agencies. I don't know what that looks like now, considering the whirlwind that has been just a few months into this into this political climate, or whatever I should say. But people are going to now make personal choices to do sustainable things. People are going to try to grow things in their homes. People are going to try to be cutting down on bills right, left, and center. Because we're cutting down on bills, we're not consuming as much. We are going to, by accident, engage in sustainability. Next on the list, outside shit. I literally wrote outside shit. I wrote that because as someone who became an adult during the recession, I was at college and we were outside. We were definitely outside. We were having some good, cheap fun. And I can see that coming back, especially as people start leaning more and more into community. You leave your home, you go outside, you hang out with the neighbors, or you hang out with the mom's group, or you hang out with the other college kids. And for the most part, you're hanging out at places that are free to hang out at. So I can see that being a good time. That leads me to the entertainment industry. I really thought this was going to be two parts, but I'm going really quickly. Next up, the entertainment industry. We're going to watch it take another shape again, because in the last recession, we saw it take a different shape. We saw us leave cable TV, or start to leave cable TV and really get into streaming during this time. So we'll see what shape it takes next, how it will reformat itself. Next up, migrating to cheaper places to live. We already see sort of a reverse migration from the north to the south, but rather than people moving to the south and ending up in just southern cities, right, southern metro areas, people are going to push further and further out into the rural areas because there's more space and more bang for your buck, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Next up, cheap transportation. Now, I watched another young lady's video where she talked about how walking and walking and biking will be popular. I think what we're going to see is a return of the cheaper vehicle. People are going to stop investing in luxury vehicles, paying higher car notes, just so that they can afford something on wheels to get them where they need to go. And so we're going to see, for us, for where I was at that time, I saw a lot of Toyota Corollas, a lot of Toyota Camrys, Nissans, bikes, like the other young lady said, bikes would do well, but also scooters and mopeds. And then we're also going to see people return back to that type of, renting other people's cars. Or there was a platform that I used when I was younger. It was like something where I could take a card and access a vehicle and then drive it and return it to a designated spot in a parking lot. I don't know what happened to that company, but stuff like that, I can see that being popularized again. And then what else? That's it. That is it, actually. So that was my list. We got through it pretty quickly. Let me know what your thoughts are. What are your predictions? What's going to be popular now that we are in a recession again? I'd love to know. Leave them in the comments. Bye.